What's up? Ah, it was a long weekend. I worked all weekend. I cooked all weekend. I'm also a wedding DJ, so I did a lot this weekend. And one of the things that we did was share a new recipe, a vegan sushi recipe. And, excuse me, let me take a drink. That'll help. So a few months ago, I created a recipe, an Instant Pot sushi rice recipe that has surprisingly been one of our best posts as far as people checking it out and downloading it and talking about it. So shortly after we posted that recipe for Christmas, I got a new tool that changed my life as far as sushi goes. So I think I'm saying so a lot, so I'll probably try to stop saying that so much. I'm not sure if you're familiar with rolling sushi, but this is the traditional tool that you would use to roll the sushi. Once you get it wrapped, this is what you would use to shape the nori. But for Christmas, I had placed something in my Amazon wish list, and my mother-in-law, thank you, got me one of these bad boys. This is a Sushezi, also known as a sushi bazooka. So, I just said so again. But it changed, like before I could roll sushi pretty good, it was okay. Some of them were better than others, but pretty much every time I go to make sushi with this thing, it looks like a world-class chef did it. So I'm gonna share that with you. It's like $8 or $10 on Amazon. They're not paying me for this, but hey, it costs less than one roll, and now I can roll at home. So let's get into it. So for the sushi rice, I think I might need to readjust the camera. Let me take a look. Let's see if I can do this without it being too crazy. There we go. Okay. So you won't see my face for a little bit. So for the sushi rice, it's very important that it's sticky and seasoned well. So what I did was put it in the Instant Pot. I don't know. Check out the recipe. I'm not going to go through that part because that's not why we're here. Why we're here is to actually roll the sushi. So if you want to check out the rice recipe, it's amazing. So this is basically in total of 4 parts. These 2 is what you'll roll it in, and they kind of connect together. This is the cap, and this is like the plunger kind of thing. So I'm just gonna walk through. Actually, first let's show you what we're gonna roll, because we did a lot of rolling of sushi this weekend for a dinner party. So let's see, can you see that? Let's lift it up. So some of the usual suspects, we have smoked salmon, shrimp, fake crab, which is really a fish, not really crab at all, cream cheese, avocado, cucumber, and asparagus. Believe it or not, you can fit a lot of ingredients using this Sushezi, the sushi bazooka thing. So I'm actually going to try to get all of this in one roll. So we'll see if that happens perfectly, like I'm claiming that it will. So handling the rice, well, before we get to the rice, first thing you want to do is prep this with just a couple drops of oil. It helps the roll to slide out more easily. I have clean hands, so I'm going to use my hands to kind of move it around. Hopefully you can see that. Just kind of hit the edges. All right, good to go. So like I was saying, handling the rice, you have to have wet hands, otherwise the rice is going to stick to your fingers. So I have my water here, and for each side of the sushi, we're going to put a half a cup of rice in each side, packed rice. So I'll get my wet hands and grab some rice, pack it in there. Not too tight, but pretty tight, because that's what makes it kind of come together if there's enough rice in it at the end. I've done it I've had a couple failed attempts where there wasn't enough rice in here, and then the roll didn't stick. So pack that down in there. Hope you can see this. Assistant, where are you? Just kidding. I don't have an assistant. Actually, I do have an assistant, and she's watching my children. So, all right, our children. I don't want to get in trouble. Second half a cup. And plop that down in there. Once again, pack it down all the way through. Get it as evenly as possible. And I actually do try to pack it down as much as possible because it needs to be packed in the end. So this helps. All right. Get one out of the way. This out of the way. Then you take this plunger type thing. Let's see if I'm in this frame. That's pretty close. When you're pushing out the roll, it'll go this way. But for this step, turn it the opposite way and make it like a little well in there where you press down the rug. Actually, this helps if this is wet too. Yep. Or oiled, not wet, oiled. I'm not gonna do it, too late. So make a little well there on that side. Same on this side. Acts as like a little trench. Makes a little trench. And then take it and put it on the end because you're gonna use this to push it out later. All right, so I think we're pretty set. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything in this roll. So yeah, there's some crab. Press that down. For beauty's sake, that's what I'm looking for. For appearance, probably I'm gonna alternate green and otherwise. Huh? So we'll do a little green and do something else. So, the crab, asparagus. Let's do on that side also the shrimp. Layer of shrimp. Thank you, assistant. And if you hear some screaming, it's just my kids. Don't worry about it. It's fine. All right, shrimp. That's a lot, but that's okay. Just press it down. Should be okay. Here they come. All right. Other side, we're gonna do some smoked salmon. One of my favorites, probably my favorite sushi ingredient. Salmon. I wish I had a script of something I could talk about. I'm actually concentrating because I want this to work the first time and not have to apologize to you for wasting your time. Thanks for tuning in though. Cream cheese that has sat out too long and now it's sticky and all over my fingers. All right. Cream cheese in. Let's stick into the fingers. I'll give it a little rinse real quick. All right, avocado. Yeah, that's the last one. That'll be it. Oh my God, where's my knife? That's too much cream cheese. Uh-oh. It's gonna be a challenge. I should have cut that piece smaller actually. That's a really big chunk of cream cheese, but we're gonna roll with it and see what happens. All right, next step is probably the trickiest step, and that's to bring this together. So they connect right here, but it's real loose. So you kind of have to go really quick and make sure that it doesn't come apart at the same time. So I usually just kind of use my finger as like pressure right there, and then just, see, like that. Smash it together real quick, and then snap it. Snap it, and I usually cut off this part here because that came out the end. So it's definitely gonna. So I'm gonna cut that off. Cut that little piece off right there, and then put on the cap. Cap, and then lock the cap. Locked. All right, so we're close. So now we get the nori, which is our seaweed paper here. And we want to place the roll against the rough side, flat side down, flat side on the outside. So wipe this off first. All right. This rough side up. So before you put it down, basically you just want to, so this is in a groove here, so you want to twist it through the groove. This is what packs it in there and makes it all come together. It tries to come apart, so I pretty much hold it kind of tight. And then take off the cap and then try to lay it in place because it's going to come out perfectly rolled. So take off the cap now. It's a lot. I think I want to pack that a little more actually, because that's a pretty important step. So just turn this and it packs it. I think that's good. And then push on that, pack it back down, and take it off. Got a little. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna do it this way so you can see it probably a little better. Try to do it in place so you don't have to move it. Twist this until it won't twist anymore. All right, so then it's pushed through, and now it just acts like a plunger. Squeeze it out. Oh yeah. So it's bigger than the paper, which is good because then you can trim that off. And now you just wrap it. So wrap this pretty tight on this side, and then I pick it up and grab some water on my fingers and use the water as an adhesive to bring it together. So just make that wet and then roll it over. And then take some more water and just seal it. I used to be a purist with food, but now it's like whatever it takes to get it done. No one would ever know that you had to do it this way, that you did it this way. So that's rolled pretty good. So now let's do some slicing. So you see, I did make a mistake. So this side should be outside of the nori. This side is too far out. So I'm gonna end up with a little extra, but nothing a little plating won't take care of if you plate it the right way. No one will ever know. Okay. Just like you need a wet hands, you also need a wet knife. I usually wet my knife between every slice because the rice is sticky and it'll stick to it and tear the paper. So first I'm going to cut off this extra piece right here. Yeah, so it should look pretty good inside. So first we're going to cut it in half. Do your best to eyeball it as much as close to half as possible. And then I usually use my fingers on either side of the knife so that it doesn't roll back and forth, and cut real gently so that you don't tear the nori, and also have a sharp knife. Press all the way down, cut all the way through, then move it over, wet the knife. Not only do I wet the knife, but actually take off any rice that's stuck to it because I don't want it to stick to it again. So I'm gonna cut this in half again, and then each half in 3 pieces. So we'll end up with 12 pieces total, because this is a really wide roll. If it were one of the smaller pieces of Nord, actually, with the Sushezi, it makes big rolls. So I recommend cutting them in 12 pieces. Otherwise, there's just too much in your mouth at one time. So half again, make a slit, fingers on both sides, gently back and forth, and slice through. Slice through. And now we're going to cut each side into 3 pieces. That's good. Should have sharpened this knife before I did this. Again. What else can I talk about while I'm cutting this? Anything? Oh, yeah. So, like I said, this was a gift to me. My mother-in-law got it off Amazon. There's several different brands. This is I don't even remember what brand it is. They all look the same to me. And it was like, I know there's some that are $8, some that are $10. This one, they all look the same, so I don't know if there's any difference. So, I don't know anywhere other than Amazon, but that's what Sushezi, S-U-S-H-I-E-O. I can't spell what I'm cutting. That's all right. There we go.
What's in the blog post?
It's in the blog post. There's 2 blog posts. We have 2 posts about sushi. One is the Instant Pot Sushi Rice, and the other one is the vegan sushi. So they're all cut. Where's my plate? I'm gonna plate this bad boy up. Oh, baby, will you grab the tamari, please? Plate this up. And here we go. Let's take a look. That's what it looks like. It looks like a good roll to me. Where's the center of the camera? Let's see. Look at that. Let's go up. It looks pretty doggone good to me. I would eat it. I wouldn't even be mad if they served me that in a restaurant. So let's start. So we'll start with the ugly end first. We'll put that down. The end that was kind of not. So these are they need to be shaped at the very end. So we're going to shape it, make sure it's a perfect circle, and put that down on the end. Same with this one. Shape it. And I'm going to try something different. I haven't done this. Nope, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to do what I know. This is not the time to try new things while people are watching you. All right, shape it and drop it. These are not cut very evenly, but no one eating it will care, trust me, because it's really, really good. All right. That's 5 down there.
Do you shape each one?
I shape each one, absolutely, because of the nature of sushi. I mean, it's just a piece of seaweed paper. And dang, that one's cut real big. I'll move that. Oh, because it's the end cut. That's why. I could have cut this off to make it, because I never cut off the end part on the other end. It's like, why is that one so much bigger? Okay, what's that?
Or what you usually do is it's just a snack for the chef.
Oh yeah, I'll eat that along with that piece too. Looks good, baby. Perfect. Now I know this is not how they serve it in any restaurants, but that's what we're doing because that's what we're doing. Tamari, thank you. Clean your plate. Gluten-free soy sauce. Wife can't have a gluten. Splashing everywhere. Clean the plate. Always clean the plate. All right. And that's our child, our youngest child. So there you go. Let's see if I can see the camera. I'm gonna spill that so I'm gonna take that out so I just spilled it anyways. Oh well. There you go. Thank you guys for watching. So yeah, you wanna maybe put it back on my face for just a minute?
You're not in it at all.
I'll come down here. So yeah, thanks for watching. I don't have much else to say. I'll be doing something else soon. Give me her. You want to be on camera? Say hi. Oh, he's so sweet. I love you too. Okay.